Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I should have just. Oh, discussion.
Oh, okay.
I just did a presentation, and I was just gonna ask following questions because I brought t-shirts.
Sorry. Oh, running out of that.
Okay, yeah.
Nice to see you.
These over here, edamame, chicken pesto, there's a water on it.
Cool.
Geoli.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I am the executive director of the Kōkua initiative. CEO is Brian.
Okay.
Oh,
Kōkua initiative. So the Waiākea
Well, I could definitely see the bottles everywhere.
Not me, only me, but the Kōkua initiative team.
So Geoli All right, good morning. Well, actually, it's midday. I lied. But hi, welcome back. Week 3, Geoli Ng and Community Talk Story. Wanted to do a shout out to all of those who came together to make this event happen. Chancellor's Office, Kōkua, Global Exchange in Education, and Kilohana, amongst other individuals as well. Also, a shout out to Counseling Services. You should go check it out. The services are free. They have walk-in Wednesdays as well. Today, I mean, we've been having great speeches and presentations, and I think today is going to be the same thing. Local girl, right, from here, the director of the Kōkua initiative part of Waiākea Water. So if you see Waiākea Water at an event, it's her. Okay. In fact, I'll give you an example. I'm on the advisory board for Salvation Army, and the recent wildfires that occurred, she gave a whole pallet of Waiākea Water for us to give to the firefighters. And so you can tell she has a big heart for the community. And so from Waiākea Water, without any further ado, Geoli Ng.
Hi. Oh, hi. You guys are so sweet. I didn't get instructions, so is this to move the slide over? Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Geoli Ng. I'm the Executive Director of the Kōkua Initiative, as previously mentioned. So if you guys are already familiar with Waiākea Water, show of hands, anybody? Yeah? So if you've seen us in the community, at an event, getting water, it's all coming through the Kōkua Initiative. And our whole reason for doing this is because at Waiākea, as we'll go through the slides, you'll see that our whole purpose at Waiākea is not just to make a profit. Our focus is actually not to make a profit, I think, if you look at our books. But our focus is people and planet. So we're all about helping our communities, helping our people, helping our vulnerable individuals, and then taking care of our island, making sure that our planet is clean so that the next generation has a clean place to live, especially in Hawaii, where, you know, our island is small and it's precious and it's someplace that we have to take care of. So let's get started. And then you can stop me at any time to ask questions. And we're going to be giving away prizes at the end. I have shirts, so take notes. We'll ask questions at the end. It doesn't like me. There we go. Oh, I have to turn it on. That always hurts. Okay, so let's go over Waiākea first. So at Waiākea Hawaiian Water, we have 3 promises. So the first promise is that our product will be natural and healthy. So we really pride ourselves in making sure that when we take the water out of our well, we take care of it. We don't strip it of elements, and it stays healthy in its natural state, because our Hawaiʻi island, we have this wonderful aquifer, and we have Mauna Loa, Mauna Kea, and the water falls through our volcanic rock, and through that, as it processes through the rock, it actually pulls a lot of elements out of the rock, making it an actual very healthy thing to drink. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. Our other promise is that we will contribute to local as well as global nonprofits and initiatives for clean water conservation and education. And then our third promise is that we will be sustainably sourced, so we won't take too much out of the aquifer. We actually take out only 0.0001% of what actually flows in the aquifer. And then we sustainably package and ship our items. We try to do as much the lowest carbon footprint that we could possibly make. And then our mission is to be sure that we contribute to clean water access, conservation, and education for those of you. throughout Hawaii and then throughout the continent in the world. And then one of our purposes, which I had talked about earlier, is although businesses try to make a profit, our focus is actually on people and planet first. And then always showing aloha. Okay, core values. So these are our core values for all of our employees. There's a kako thing, which just means that we all work together, always try to help each other, even without asking. So if you see somebody who needs help, go and help. You don't have to wait for somebody asking to help. And then, which kind of can be challenging sometimes when everyone's trying to help and you're trying to do yourself. But you know, it's always good to have that teamwork and camaraderie. Live aloha, always being positive as much as possible, and love unconditionally. So like if someone's kind of having a bad day, we try to understand like, okay, they might be having a hard time, so let's just see what's wrong, and then let's help them or help one another. So if you come across an employee, a Waiākea employee, and or if you come to our warehouse and they're like, how can I help you? You know, it's just because of the culture that we have that we're always trying to help one another. Kulia ikanu'u, constant improvement, strive to reach the summit is a literal translation, but it just means that when you try to improve yourself, try not to improve yourself based on your partner or your coworker, but try to improve yourself based on yourself. So how can I make myself better? How can I be better today versus last year? You know, just kind of, instead of being competitive with somebody else, could be competitive with yourself, because we all grow at our own rate, and we should celebrate our achievements within ourselves. Be total, always have integrity and find harmony within yourself. So what this really means is, are you able to do what is right when no one is looking? Like, if you're walking down the street and you see trash on the road, or if you see a child fall down and no one is there, will you stop and pick it up, even if you don't get the accolades for it? And will you still do what is right when no one is around? And then ho'o kuleana is just take responsibility for your own kuleana. So take responsibility for your own tasks that you have to do and be accountable for those tasks. So that's our values. And then the water, these are the minerals that are in it already, naturally. So nothing added, magnesium, sodium, silicon, potassium, calcium. So go look it up if you're interested in what it does for you, but it gives you better hair. And I'm not going to promote it that way, but it's in there. And it's on the bottle too, so you can read it. Okay, Kōkua initiative. So this is our logo, and I put it together so that it will be a symbolic reminder to me, as well as everybody else, of what the Kōkua initiative is. So if you look in the center, there's the Waiākea logo, and then the hands means laulima. So like many hands working together gets the task done. And then the little stream in the middle of the Waiākea logo actually means the source of life, because life is the source of life for all humans, all living beings. And then the three kalo leaves, those are tree leaves. Those not anthuriums, they're meant to be kalo leaves, because in Hawaiian culture, kalo means ohana. And then there's three because we work on a 3 piko approach of give back, which we'll go through now. So our mission at Kōkua Initiative is to empower the people of Hawaii through a 3 piko approach that encourages educational opportunities, aina-based conservation and sustainability, and the support for the most vulnerable in the community. So if you see how I wrote the mission statement, I've worked with nonprofits for many, many, many years before coming to Waiākea. And then sometimes when you write your mission statement, it kind of, I'm not sure if you guys work with nonprofits before, but it kind of narrows down on what you can do. But if you look at the mission statement, I made it so broad that we can help pretty much anybody. And then our purpose is to have positive and lasting impact for a thriving and a harmonious community. So that's what we want. We want a community who's thriving, who's going to think about the future, and who's going to work with everyone and inclusive. And inclusive mindset so that everyone is included. So what is the 3 Pico approach? Is anybody familiar with what a 3 Pico, what the Picos are? Yeah? There's many, many Picos, and then we just focus on 3. So Pico E, which is Kōkua, yes, Kōkua. And then it focuses on our ancestral connection to our past. So if you look at your accomplishments today, it's not, I try to remind all of my people that I work with that it's not all about us. Your accomplishments today has everybody behind you, like your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, everybody that came before you helped you to be who you are today. So we should honor that and honor all of our ancestral connections. Even if sometimes you don't get along with them, we still gotta honor them and love them because we remember Ohana. And then that value is the value of aloha. And then if you break down the word aloha, alo meaning the presence of, and ha meaning the breath of. So that, I mean, I know you guys all heard of it, it's just a little bit of a reminder. And then Pico O is your belly button, your connection to your parents, and the central connection to the source of life, nutrition, your health and wellness today, taking care of your health and wellness today, which includes like your knowledge that you gain, the healthy food you eat, getting exercise, all of that. So that is the value of Laulima, which is where the Kōkua initiative comes in and tries to help anybody who's vulnerable areas today. So that's where you see a lot of the give back, because most of it is in the Pico O section. Some of the Pico E section is where you see us help all of our kupuna. And then the last one is the Pico A, or the Pico Maki, which is your genitalia area, which is the next generation. So we always try to think about how we can have ike or knowledge passed on to the next generation to prepare them to be our next leaders that are coming. So that's the breakdown of what we do at the Kōkua Initiative. So 2024, this is just a little bit of a flashback. We always have a goal, so I always set a goal. The breakdown on how we give back, although we have the 3 Pico approach, the cultural approach, we also have KPIs that we try to follow, and we break it down by affect, transform, and life changing. So affect is the fun. So anytime you've seen us give away water, that just falls into our affect category. So our goal for 2024 at that time was 68,000 people we would give away to just the water. And then the next category below that is transform, which is when we work with nonprofit organizations, see what needs they have, see where their budget cannot cover some of their needs. So we come in and we try to cover the areas that cannot cover their needs. Or if like, Children's Justice Center needs school supplies, or they need clothing for children who are being put into foster care or something like that. That comes all under transform, and our goal was 11,520. And I really like this screen one. Very good digital. And then the last category is life changing. Life changing is where we dig a little deeper. We meet with families one-on-one. They are never filmed, so you've never seen them. They usually have cancer, a death, family, or lost their house, or something happened. And our goal was to reach 480 people, bringing us to a total of 80,000 people. Our goal was at 2024, and this is what we accomplished. This always makes me sad because although, yay, we accomplished our goals. Yay, that means that this is how much need is in our community. And we need more people to help because we cannot touch all lives, but if we all work together, we will be able to help a lot of people. And if you just look at the life changes alone, like water, yeah, we give away a lot of water, but transform where we help people who lost their houses, or people who lost their mom or dad, or lost their kids, or We helped a girl who had a brain tumor, very rare brain tumor. We started helping her at the age of, I want to say 12, and then by 15 she died. It's just really hard, you know, there's like a lot of challenges in the world, and it takes a lot of us to put together to just help them through. I'm still friends with the family. I go over, we give gifts to the other kids, and we have dinners. We try to make it personal and one-on-one, and this life-changing category. And I'm so grateful for the families that let us come in and let us talk story and let us just be part of their family. There's a lot of, I know I'm saying a lot word, but there's so much need out there, and when you reach out to the families and give freely with no judgment, no wanting nothing in return, it's amazing how many friendships and family members become your family. And some of them now come over my house, we have dinner, and it's just gone beyond just work. It's more of unifying with just people and humans and just having kindness. Yeah. So year-to-date impact from as of August 31st, but this is from when I started at Waiākea in 2000, around there, the amount of impact that we've done so far. Okay. And just breaking that down a little bit more so you can see what we actually do. So the total was 174,480 in 2024, and this is where some of the highlights went to. So we did 67 leadership camps, 24 STEM education events, like with Hawaii Science Technology Museum, with the high schools, robotics, that kind of thing. One of the ones that I wanted to highlight was 480 supported shelters for the houseless individuals. A lot of this went to home services and neighborhood places. And then, you guys see something about music in there? Where did it go? Okay, there's another group that we help, which I'm so proud of. It's called Kapena School of Music. They're on Oahu. We're trying to make one here. What we do is we sponsor a child with 1 year's worth of music lessons, and the way the children are chosen, we're doing 13 children this year. But the way the children are chosen is if they became orphans, or if they were abused or removed from their home, or if they have very low income and the child is interested in music. And then, yeah, we give them lessons, but what's great about it is Kapena School of Music keeps an eye on them and then helps them to process, like if they see bad days, you know, they can make sure that they have a little talk story session, make sure they're okay. And what we found that the reason why we decided to work with them is because we started to find that the children that were in vulnerable situations like that were committing suicide at a very young age, like 7, 8, 9 years old. They're already starting. If they're not getting into drugs, they're trying to take their life. So this way, we can give them that extra support, and the music is healing, you know, so things like that. So there's different ways where we don't have a cookie cutter design. We work with each person and organization one-on-one, and we try to just meet their needs where they're at, and then kind of just, you know, help them along and reach open situations all the time. Yeah. Okay. This is our pillar. So we have the 3 people cultural approach, and then we have those KPIs where we broke it down a little bit, but this is where the meat and potatoes are going to. So we have 7 pillars of service that we focus on. There's actually 9, but the 8th and 9th one is cultural inclusion and charity events, which pretty much covers all 7. So I took out those last 2 pillars because they're all in all of them. And then we'll go and break it down. First one, capacity building. So all about ike, all about knowledge, all about gaining more knowledge, all about education. We try to help as many organizations as possible that are promoting some type of education, especially if it's free. If there's a little fee, then we'll work with them too, but as long as it's like promoting community to be a little bit stronger. So there's Kapana's Music Center there, and then we work with Next Step. So you might be familiar with a lot of them, and then we do career fairs as well. So this is part of the highlights that I added on because these are the groups that we work on a bigger scale. So we even have Bottles for College. Does anybody know Bottles for College? No? His name is Genshu Price. He's this young high schooler who made a nonprofit called Bottles for College. He collects bottles on Oahu, and then he uses that money for college scholarships. And I want to say last year he gave away like $50,000 to kids, and he's in high school. He's amazing. It's crazy to watch. But these young students like yourselves have to be great leaders in our community. The next pillar is capacity building. Wait, no. I think I just added on more slides so I can talk about it. Sorry about that. So one of the other things that we do is help with workshops. We do career fairs, but we also help other career fairs. And then we do guest speaking like today, as well as camps. So our camps include like educational camps, athletic camps, health and wellness camps, and even I don't even know how this, I don't even know what to put it under, but it's like when children are abused and then we go to camps to support each other for mental health and wellness. Yeah. So we did a label making workshop. That was the first one we did a few months ago. And then that's Janelle. She's our nonprofit accountant, but we do a lot of career fairs. And I think this one is Ryla. So under Rotary. Health and wellness. So this is another pillar where this is our biggest pillar that we give back to in the health and wellness realm because it incorporates anybody who is of need. One of our greatest partners that I love working with is Hawaii Honolulu Fire Department Explorers. So a bunch of firemen in Honolulu put a program together to get high school youth and even college youth who are getting into trouble because maybe they're bored or just like in a bad space, and they put them into fighter training with the men. And then I think right now they have 38 students who became firefighters. And then it helps them to like get back on track and then graduate high school. And I think you know the majority of them. Walk for the Dock is another one that we help every single Sunday. So if you need a volunteer opportunity, go help with Walk for the Dock. Alzheimer's Association, Nick, if you need a volunteer opportunity, please help with Alzheimer's. Yeah, even Blood Bank, they're here 3 times a year. They take volunteers. And we try to support as many volunteer opportunities as possible. So if you want to work with us to be at an event, please reach out as well. And then,
Liz, can I ask a question? What
Yes.
does the ALZ stand for?
oh, Alzheimer's Association. Yeah, it was a really long word. It's covering the long, so people see. Another one that we help a lot with is the Hawaii Diaper Bank. If you know about the Hawaii Diaper Bank, they help families with children to have supplemental diapers and wipes, because there are some families that cannot have to choose whether they're going to buy more diapers and wipes or put food on their table. And they're living among us, and there's a lot of them. And we found that some families were using old clothing to use as baby diapers, or they were using newspapers. So this program really helps them to have that supplemental income, supplemental diapers and wipes, so that they can save money and put food in their table. And they love volunteers as well. This is us. We do the Hawaii Island Food Basket twice a month in the first week of the month. I think it's usually like a Wednesday or Thursday if you guys want to come out. They box food for Kōkua boxes. And then we donated those rollers. So if you, has anybody volunteered time to box food at Hawaiʻi food bank before? Do that? You have? Oh. Yeah. Yes. So if you have had that opportunity, they have long tables and then you just put food in a box and you slide the box down. After a while, sometimes when we're doing maybe 700 boxes, oftentimes you go home with one shoulder sore and maybe your lower back is sore, right? And then you have to recover like 3 days after that when you're old like me. But we donated these rollers now. We have it on the table, so the temptation to grab the box and like slide it down is like so great. You have to go and help. It's very satisfying. Oh, and there's the rollers. And I think we were testing it that day how far the box would fly. And it flew like right up, all the way up the edge. It was empty, we didn't damage it. Okay. Another one that we help is the Bottom Collective. This is on Oahu. So these ladies are all psychiatrists. And so what we do is we made this program where they get a mental health day where a guest speaker comes out and gives service to them, and they get it once a month so that they can be filled themselves because they're helping so many people. And then it's fun. One of my stipulations was that it had to be culturally related and it had to be with an activity that was hands-on. So they did hula, I think they did day making, and then the message, they still had a guest speaker with a message, but it was culturally related, so they could do something hands-on that they could take over, learn something like that. This one is on Oahu. I'm looking at a group who started too. Housing and houselessness. There's neighborhood Kilohana. Does anybody know about Project Hawaiʻi? Yes? No on this side? So Project Hawaiʻi is with Megan Patrick. She's this dynamic lady and she loves children. So she goes into the bushes, literally in the bushes, to find families who are houseless. And she invites the kids to come to camp with Project Hawaiʻi. So that's one of the Project Hawaiʻi camps. And she'll take them for I want to say 6 weeks. And there's a reason for that because the first 2 weeks, I was watching that. The first 2 weeks the children are in survival mode. So they're stuffing their pockets with food, they're taking as much food as they can so they can eat later. The third week they start to realize they'll always be fed, so they'll stop doing that and then they can finally start to learn and engage if they can. By the fourth week they're playing games, they're interacting, and then the fifth and sixth week they can actually have fun and engage and be at camp. And then usually on the 6th week we'll come back and then we'll give them shoes and school supplies and some clothing, and they can go to sleep if they want, books, lots of books. And one of the things that touched me the most was we bring lots of books. Literacy is one of our biggest focus. And one of the boys, he had tall high schooler, he had a whole stack of books that he was trying to choose from. And I started to realize that he was carrying it around because he was trying to figure out which one he was going to choose. So I told him he could have all of it because we brought enough so that each child could choose from 20 books so that they could have a choice, And he was super happy about that. And then when he opened the book, I guess he realized he was the first person to open and crack that spine. And he sat down and he started crying, and he was this big high schooler boy, he could probably be a basketball player. So I sat down next to him and asked him why he was crying, because he was sobbing. And then he said that he never cracked a book open for one, and he never read a book that nobody has ever read to before. He's never had his own book. And then he was really happy. So that made me realize, okay, some of the simplest things for me is a great thing for somebody else. So let's keep on doing what we're doing, because something as little for me is like, I'm just gonna order like 3,000 bucks and let's just take it and they'll just have fun. Meant way more to that child, and you know, if I could just touch that life in a day, then my goal is done. And then Arise Church, they do feedings every month, so we supply them with water and then we can supply them with food. And theirs is a little bit unique. They'll load up their wagons, you know those cool wagons? They'll load it up and then they'll walk through the community, walk through the people and pass it out to them, because sometimes some of these drive, some of them are not coming because they can't walk. Some of them can't walk. They have sore hands. Housing and houselessness. Oh, we recently adopted 2 rooms at Hope Services, Kōkua Shelter, and Kilohana, and we had lots of fun. I know it's going to be super impactful for, I'm not trying to make light of that. It's going to be super impactful because we're taking, you know, from the street and putting them in the housing, and they can live there until they get set out. They can live there for the rest of their life. But we adopted 2 rooms, and so this is us decorating the rooms. We have a lot of fun doing it. I try to make sure that although we're giving back, and sometimes it's heart-wrenching and we go in the back a lot and cry, we try to still have fun now with going through the process, because it's all about having the joy through the journey and not just having the end goal. And then Aina does conservation and sustainability. Like I said mentioned before, we're all about taking care of our Aina. So a big one that we do is Genki balls. If you participated in the Genki ball, yeah, that's always fun, and then it gives a great opportunity for everyone to be participants from kindergarten all the way up, because it's really fun. You know, mud ball, and then they love to ride it. So yeah, that's us using Genki ball. We also do, this is our palette, so when we cannot use the palette anymore, we try to take it apart and we make workshops to teach people how to make planter beds or chairs or tables, things like that. And then the families who come to learn can take something home that day, and then we promote reuse products so that we can avoid putting it in the landfill. And then I'm not sure if you guys went on Auntie Leigh Robertson. She does trash pickup every Sunday. So go help her out. She has she's on IG, Auntie Leigh, and then she will meet you and she just picks up trash. Sweet lady. Every Sunday, so we help her as well. Literacy. There's no literacy. We give away tons of books to lots of places, but one of the key ones that we love to do is literacy night. So if a school has a literacy night, I try to promote that as much as possible, because we can give away a book, but we don't know if someone's reading that book. But if they go to literacy night, they can figure out how to make that book come alive through hands-on activities. And then we teach families how to read the book, add voices, make an activity with it, make a craft with it, cook food with it, you know, like not with the book, but you know what I mean. Like if you're reading Green Eggs and Ham, for example, you can make with bacon or something. Or if we're reading the Very Hungry Caterpillar, the fruit, things like that. Kind of make it more fun and make it come alive. Emergency relief efforts. So yes, we work with lots of Red Cross, FEMA, United. We try to be guides. This is my Lions group. So I'm a member of the Lions as well as Rotary. So we're in the Lions group, and we do a lot of food basket drives. Animal rescue efforts. We try to focus on no-kill animal shelters to help them. This one is true to my heart. This is but anyway, they save the birds. They help our endangered species who are in captivity right now, because there might be only 2 or 3 of them left. They help to make sure they're okay and try to have them nest and have eggs so that we can have more birds. So we help them quite a bit. And then, how do we do this? We try to join as many groups as possible. So we have Rotary, Lions, Eels. I'm also a board member of the Waiākea Water, Change Makers of Hawaiʻi, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about all these people. Archipelo, Hawaii Science Museum, Hawaii Island Chamber of Commerce, Hawaii Food Manufacturers, Japanese Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, so we try to hold board seats so that we can get first-hand knowledge of where the needs are, and then we can jump in and help. Then additional information. So these people right here are doing the Genki balls, and if you look closely, you can see key people. So like this is Casey Edgar, beautiful lady. Kōkua, he's one of our ambassadors. He helps me a lot with food bank and Hawaii government. And then there's Kiana Kayapa, she's on the news. Kalei Mao, she's pro volleyball player. Hamadan, pro softball player. Yeah, Uncle Tommy. So we bring them all together to do lots of events, and lots of them are for live groups too. Ambassador partnership. So how do I partner with our ambassadors? So this one is a camp that we did. I think this is just our. I think this is just our title page. So I'll go over that camp after. Kōkua Long. You guys know Kōkua Long? Yeah, so he helps us a lot with Hawaii government. Taylor Crabb, pro volleyball, beach volleyball player. So he helped to do, I'm not sure if you guys know, the Lilulani High School, they lost their funding, or they lost their account, and then they had no funds for athletics. So we put on a volleyball camp to teach children, the students there, how to play volleyball, and they had a whole day with Taylor and his girlfriend. And they had like tips on how to do up their game with volleyball. Aaron Kai, the muralist. What we do with him is when he comes down to do a mural, we'll work with students, so like college or high school or elementary, and then we'll bus them in, and we'll do it in stages. So we'll get the preschoolers to come first so they can help paint, and then we'll get the elementary schoolers to come and help do a little bit more painting, and then we'll kind of advance it up to high school and then college, so that the cleanup work is nice. But then at the same time, Erin can talk to them about art and the importance of art, and, yeah, and just have a piece in it so that when they go by in our community and they see the mural, they can say like, oh, I was a part of that, and they can talk about where they live. And it will pay for the bus and the food when they come. Clay Thompson, he's huge on literacy, so he helps me with doing books. You guys know Clay Thompson? Dylan McKellar, musician. He was also a member of Kilohana School when his dad passed. And then, so now he helps me with anything that I have that is on the waffle, or even anything else. So if you see my Instagram page, Waiākea Kōkua, come follow me on there. You'll see him do like dancing with the water. Taylor Rapp. Taylor helped me to buy uniforms for high school. I didn't realize that in high school they only get like so many uniforms per year that they can buy, like 2, I think. 2 bars, 2 JV. So we bought for everybody. And then Marcus, big on shoes and books. So we go together every year on that. And that's it. So if you want to follow me, you can keep in contact. Message me if you want a volunteer opportunity, and then we will get back to you. But I have questions. Do you guys take notes? Vanessa is giving, I brought shirts and she's going to give it away, but you have to tell her your size. So, first question. What is one of Waiākea's brand promises? Just one. Yes. You can answer. Yes. Choose a shirt. second question. In the Kōkua logo, where is the Waiākea logo in the Kōkua logo? We have lots of shirts. Just raise your hand. Yes. Yes. Get a shirt. The 3 Pico approach. Name 1 Pico. Pico A. What does Pico A stand for? Good job. Now it's hard to forget, John. Name 3 core values that Waiākea has.
Well, one is education, right? Forming, reusing, is that one of them?
You know the ones that I had, core values meaning like, well, just name one. The core values that the company follows. Live Aloha is one of them.
Support,
It's a Hawaii word. You could probably guess any of the.
Ohana, Aloha.
Close.
I'm new here, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go to the other question. Anybody else for core values? Yes. Sure. Go ahead. The other one was Bipono, Hilo Kuleana, and then Live Aloha, and Kulia Ikulu. Name 1 natural element that is in the water. Yes.
Can I try that one? Magnesium?
Yes. Would somebody else like to name another one? I plan on giving away every single shirt. Yes. Yes. Anybody else? We have 3 more. 3 more elements. Nobody else?
Sodium, potassium.
Yeah. I know you 3 right there. No, you're not. You're not 3. Okay. What does the color leaves on the Kōkua logo stand for? The 3 color leaves? Oh yes, it does stand for Ohana too. Go ahead, yes. But each of the leaves stand also for the leaves stands for the 3 Pico approach. What does the hands on the logo stand for? Working together, yes. Lamima. And then I had 7 pillars of service. Anyone name one? Everyone's smiling. You can just blurt it out. Did you guys take pictures of the slides? That would have been the easiest one. Just say it. Yes. Yes. And there's 6 more. Go ahead. Yes. Thank you for your time, you guys, today. I really appreciate it.
Gosh, let's give her another round of applause. We do have a little bit of time, so maybe we can, if anyone has any questions for Geoli. Question?
Good question. So we have a well. It's in Keau area. It's our own well, and we pump it out of the ground, and then it gets a UV filtration, and it gets put in a truck, we get it. And we have our own we have a follow-up as well. No. And our bottling plant is
Well, I'm curious if you could say more about the plastic in your bottle.
yes.
And I was wondering, like, why was it on the exemption? Or maybe I just can't see it. I don't have my glasses, but I just see.
I don't have my glasses either.
Just oil there, this is really,
Yeah, that's the first.
really fine print.
Oh, great. Okay.
Really fine.
Fine.
Good question though. Our bottle is made out of, it's rPET, so it's a recycled plastic. So we only use recycled plastic to do our preforms that makes it into a bottle. And there's a reason for that, is because we don't want to use virgin plastic because it takes way more water and electrical resources to create it. So we really want to preserve our, if we really want to preserve our INAP, we're going to use recycled plastic so we can make this bottle into another bottle. You had a question, yeah?
Do you guys also have the metal?
The aluminum.
Yeah, that
Yes, we do have aluminum as well. The aluminum, we try to promote the use with our boxed water because the way that we're going to save our environment is if you're going to take the aluminum bottle, you want to reuse that over and over, at least 100 times, because that's going to be equivalent to our PET bottle. 100 of these in the resources to recreate it. So as much as possible, if you're going to use it, reuse it and use it. Yes.
What type of washing
Our PET plastic?
is it? Have you ever considered? First of all, this is just it's a compliment. It's not bad.
No.
It's just a suggestion. But I know that there's a lot of people trying to come up with like hemp plastic. I
Oh.
would drop that bottle on the plastic. It will completely brittle, fall apart within a certain amount of time. Return to the mother Earth, and it won't damage her around.
Yes. I'll look into that.
And one more question. May I donate the money I have for the next t-shirt?
A t-shirt?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Do we have extra t-shirts?
sorry.
You don't need to donate. You can just have it.
I was just curious that about all the rainfall that we have. I know a lot of my students have problems with their catchment tanks. Does Waiākea ever donate water to people that need water from catchment?
For drinking, yes, we do.
Or put it on bottles? Or
They do. We don't have a system to put the water from the aquifer into a catchment. We don't do that. And there's a reason why we don't do monster bins like people have promoted in state, is because we cannot confirm the quality of the water if we put it in a vessel or in a container that isn't regulated or sanitized or sealed so that we know no other elements go in. Yeah. Which is, I think that's why they do the county water to fill up the catchment tanks, because the county water is sanitized.
do you happen to know how much the county is taking out of the aquifer?
I do not.
Or is it compared to what Waiākea Water is taking out of the aquifer?
Well, it's probably definitely more because it's serving the whole entire community. We only take a small percentage.
But your water ships all around the United States. I know they saw on the East Coast.
We do,
Where
and
do you
that's
sell?
part of the 0.0001%.
Okay, where do you sell your water?
We sell it across the United States.
And other places, Canada?
No, not yet.
All right, well, with that, why don't we give another round of applause for the series is getting better and better as we go, and so thank you so much for sharing your example with us. I think the QR code is here somewhere. It's on the computer. The QR code will be up there for this survey. We we gladly appreciate your feedback on this event. Next week, we will have Fire Chief Kazil Todd talk to us about the initiatives that the fire department is doing here on this island. But until then, have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
So it's a well.